states, totally representing about 100 million people, who said they're going to cooperate and decide when to reopen.
Well, they can decide, but
does that undermine what you're trying to do?
No, not at all. Let me just tell you, very simple. I'm going to put it very simply. The President of the United States has the authority to do what the President has the authority to do, which is very powerful. The President of the United States calls the shots. If we weren't here for the states, you would have had a problem in this country like you've never seen before. We were here to back them up, and we've more than backed them up. We did a job that nobody ever thought was possible. It's a decision for the President of the United States. Now, with that being said, we're going to work with the states because it's very important. You have local governments. They're pinpointed. It's really, you talk about, like a microchip. They're pinpointed. We have local government that hopefully will do a good job. And if they don't do a good job, I'd step in so fast. But no, they can't do anything without the approval of the President of the United States.
Go ahead, please. So if some states refuse to reopen and you order them to, the 10th Amendment of the Constitution says all powers that don't reside in the President or the Congress reside in the states. How do you overcome that?
Well, if some states refuse to open, I would like to see that person run for election. They're going to open. They're going to all open.
That's the ballot box.
I think that's something that's not going to happen. They want to open. They have to open. They have to get open. Every one of those states, the people want to go and they want to. Now, some.
And look, this is a shift in federal position, which is also fine, by the way. We're entering a new phase, the quote-unquote reopening phase. On the first phase, which was the close-down phase, the president took a different tact. The president did not close down the economy. He did do the travel ban with China, and he was right on the travel ban with China. The close down of the economy was left to the governors. And I closed down New York, Governor Pritzker closed down Illinois, Governor Lamont closed down Connecticut, did it different times, different ways, but he left that responsibility, the closing down of the economy, to the governors. You get to the reopening of the economy, well, the governors closed it down, wouldn't the governors reopen it? The president says, no, I have a different model that I'm envisioning. That's okay too, but it's a shift, but it's okay. But then what is that model? And let's talk about who does what, which is the intelligent conversation we have to have. How do we do this testing? How does that come up to scale? I can't do it. How do we do this technology? And I understand he's right, it raises constitutional questions. And do you really want that cell phone in your pocket to be a tracking device, right? Okay, so let's talk through how we do that. How do we disinfect a public transit system?
Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Bahasham, Rakak Wadash. Double honor to our apostles and elders, Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to the hopeful elect of Israel, Shalom. 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. The total authority of the federal government, the next phase of the New World Order, mandatory vaccines, and microchips. This is the point that we have reached in this society. This is what we've been brought to by way of the prophecies of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua coming to pass. President Donald Trump recently stated that he has the total authority as to when and how the governors in America reopen up their states. And when he's speaking about him having that authority, he's speaking about the federal government. You see, going back to early March of this year, when the coronavirus hit America the way that it did, President Donald Trump declared a national emergency because of the coronavirus, which means that FEMA has stepped in because it's a national emergency. And if FEMA has stepped in, that means that the Constitution no longer matters. The Constitution is null and void because they can suspend the Constitution. All right? Not to mention the president can declare continuity of government if he wants to. But even dealing with the president doesn't matter at this point. That's why he spoke about that total authority, likening himself unto a dictator. But see, FEMA has come into play. So people jumping and hollering about the 10th Amendment, well, that does not matter at this point. You see? And Donald Trump, he was saying how they got to go through him. They have to get his approval to do anything, basically. Mainly dealing with this situation about America opening back up for business. People going back to work. Businesses reopening. But see, on every level, this is total control now. Total control. You know, him saying that he calls the shots, they have to get his approval. He's speaking about the federal government. All right. Not to mention, he spoke in code in that speech because he said how he's working with local governments. All right. You know, places pinpointed. He has people pinpointed like microchips, like a microchip. Why is he saying that? He's speaking subliminally, letting you know what is for to come. People are about to get microchipped in mass numbers. Okay? And you have the governor of New York, Andrew Cuomo. He was speaking about this next phase. Okay? Them going a step further within this new world order. And you see everything is gradually. They believe in gradualism. Slowly easing you in this new world order so they can get the less resistance as possible. Okay? So they're doing it. They're doing it, and they're doing a great job. Because most people believe in this pandemic. They believe in it. All right, but Andrew Cuomo spoke about this next phase. And basically speaking about the federal government, he knows what it is. He knows what it's all about. Okay, so America will never be the same again. It will never be the same again. And also, you know, this whole thing with the governors disagreeing with Donald Trump, you know, it's basically like a soap opera. You know? It's all for show, but see, they're all working together. Now, the prophecy does state how Egyptian will be against Egyptian. You read in Isaiah 19. But ultimately, they're all working together. It's the same goal. And those that don't agree with it, they're going to get replaced. You know, or knocked off. If they don't agree with that plan. But see, you see this thing happening. All right. And Andrew Cuomo spoke about how President Donald Trump said he has a different model, a new model. You know, Andrew Cuomo was speaking on this new technology. Why is he saying technology? It all boils down to the chip. He spoke about, you know, people having their phones as a tracking device. People's phones tracking them. So they're speaking in code, letting you know ultimately it's going to boil down to the chip. You know, they don't have the public transit system properly sanitized and all that. Why is he speaking this way? And you have a lot of people that are afraid to touch paper dollars, afraid to touch cash money, thinking that it may have the coronavirus. So they're letting you know this next phase is ultimately replacing this current system that we've been in for so long. This paper money system. And even debit cards, credit cards, ultimately they're going to replace all that. And it's only a matter of time. Okay? So reading this again, 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us. All right? So to stop that from happening, you got to believe in the truth. You got to know the truth. You got to be up on the prophecies, which gives you the advantage. Because who is Satan? Satan is a so-called white man, beginning with the top elite banking families. Satan means adversary or enemy. You got to know who your enemy is, who the opposition is, the people that are resisting you. You know, and we should give them resistance by us teaching the word and believing in the word of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua and not taking that vaccine and not taking that chip. So lest Satan should get an advantage of us, because if you're talking about getting a vaccine and when that microchip is made mandatory, you take that chip, Satan has an advantage over you. He got you. He's won you over to his side. But reading on, it says, for we are not ignorant of his devices. The we are the hopeful elect. And you're not ignorant of his devices because you believe in the truth. You know the truth. So you can see through his plans. You can see through that New World Order plot that they have set up, okay? Now, they've been plotting for a long time, but now they're taking action. All right, so it's only a matter of time. So with that, I hope you were edified. Call halayim alahayana with Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Ba'Shem Rakakwadash. Hey, you brothers, stay strong. We almost up out of here. Our salvation is nearer than we believed, but Satan is not going to give up his kingdom without a fight. And since I mentioned that, let me get this in Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Right, so the hopeful elect, you brothers, you should be rejoicing. Our Lord Yahweh Shah said, the kingdom of heaven is within us. That's what Yahweh Shah said. We are the kingdom of heaven. We are that New Jerusalem. Okay? That are being preserved to be established as a ruling power on this earth. That's yet to come. That's our future. So you should be rejoicing because these prophecies are popping off like popcorn. It's going down, man. So rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. So Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai, and the Rakakwadash, the council of the angels, the holy angels, they're rejoicing. And also the elect of Israel, rejoicing, whether in the heavens or on the earth. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil, which is Esau, devil means slanderer or false accuser. Esau is called the accuser of our brethren. Thou slanderest thine own mother's son. You know, Esau slandering Jacob. You know, your mother is Rebecca, you know. So Esau, he's constantly coming up with different ways to destroy us. You know, get rid of us and keep us in slavery. He wants to do all that. You know, murder so many Israelites and then microchip the rest. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil, Esau, is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. And he knows it because he's seeing the prophecies come to pass. He's seeing all you multitude of brothers out there in the camps teaching the word. Esau, by him using this NASA program, sees all those innumerable chariots in the heavens. Sees all those so-called UFOs in the upper atmosphere. All right? So with that, Lord willing, this was edifying. Call halayim alahayana with Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Ba'Shem Rakakwadash. Double honor to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Stay strong. We almost up out of here. But this devil, he's not going down without a fight. So, you know, we got to resist him on the right hand. You know, meaning stay diligent and stay believing. Keep your faith. At the end of the day, this is all we're going to have. With that, I'm going to say, Shalom, Wa, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Ba'Shem Rakakwadash, Babu Kusha, Abad Babal.